Star Wars Red Harvest, the prequel to Star Wars Death Troopers, set thousands of years before the events of the original trilogy during the Old Republic. Is Red Harvest the Star Wars horror story we've been looking for, or should we move along?
Move along. Move along.
Let's talk about it. The era of the Old Republic is a dark and dangerous time, as Jedi Knights valiantly battle the Sith Lords and their ruthless armies, but the Sith have disturbing plans, and none more so than the fulfillment of Darth Scabarus's fanatical dream, which is about to become a nightmarish reality. Unlike those other Jedi sidelined to the Agriculture Corps, young Jedi whose abilities have not proved up to snuff, Hestizo Trace possesses one extraordinary Force talent, a gift with plants. Suddenly, her quiet existence among greenhouses and garden specimens is violently destroyed by the arrival of an emissary from Darth Scabarus. For the rare black orchid that she has nurtured and bonded with is the final ingredient in an ancient Sith formula that promises to grant Darth Scabarus his greatest desire. But at the heart of the formula is a never-before-seen virus that's worse than fatal. It doesn't just kill, it transforms. Now the rotting, ravenous dead are rising, driven by a bloodthirsty hunger for all things living and commanded by a Sith Master with an insatiable lust for power and the ultimate prize, immortality, no matter the cost. This book surprised me. After reading Death Troopers, I wasn't exactly expecting much from the prequel. Not that I disliked Death Troopers, it was just disappointing and pretty mediocre, but Red Harvest surprised me. I found myself gripped by this book. I couldn't put it down. It's also very brutal. Right from the start, a student loses a duel and is abducted by Darth Scabarus, and he keeps him in a cage connected with a bunch of tubes. The way it was described was disturbing, exactly what you want from a horror novel. There is a moment in the beginning where a bounty hunter is tricked and told the only way for him to survive is to eat his partner's head that's on a dinner plate in front of him. Crazy stuff. The story and characters were also much more interesting here. I've never read a Old Republic book before, and found the setting of a Sith Academy really fascinating. I almost wish I got more insight into how the Sith operate in this time, but I'm sure there's another book out there that explains it. If you have read a lot of the Old Republic books, recommend me one, I'd love to know more. This book also has undead zombie tauntauns. How can you not want to read it after hearing that? It also just makes perfect sense to me that a Sith Lord would accidentally create zombies in their quest to live forever. Scabarus himself was a pretty menacing guy. When characters interacted with him, it just made you feel uneasy. Exactly what a horror book should do. This is such a wonderful book, and I was so surprised by how much I liked it. I loved how sinister the Sith students were. Even when they band together to fight out the zombies, when everything was going crazy, they were still plotting against each other, and it was great. This being a prequel, we do see the origins of the virus we saw in Death Troopers. I thought this book was so good that it actually makes me appreciate Death Troopers a little bit more, and I kind of want to give it another try now that I've read the backstory of the virus. If you like Star Wars and horror and want a pretty surprisingly awesome book to read, this one is definitely worth a read. And if you like audiobooks, this one was done by John Glover. He was Lionel Luthor in Smallville and Riddler in Batman the Animated Series, and he did a great job narrating. Also, Star Wars audiobooks are just great in general. They have all these great sound effects and music. Definitely my favorite way to experience a Star Wars book. If you've read it, let me know what you thought. If you have any Star Wars book recommendations, let me know.